What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch back here, and we all expected Devin Funchess to be a guy that would get a one-year deal. We didn't expect it to be for $13 million, dilly vanilly, but hey, I know everyone's going to be like, Mitch, this is the worst thing ever. $13 million, one season, ridiculous. Hey, the key figure here is one season. And we know that the Colts had the most salary of anybody in the NFL. So if anyone can afford it, it's the Indianapolis Colts. We don't know what these other teams were offering out there. They could have been offering $12 million. So for me, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, yeah, $13 million sounds like a lot, but it's only on 1 year. And if Funchess works out on that 1 year, it's a lot like the Alshon Jeffrey. I know he's not Alshon Jeffrey, but the Alshon Jeffrey contract that was given to him from the Eagles a couple seasons ago. If he's good on that 1 year, if he plays the whole time, if he doesn't have a fit on the sidelines like he did in Carolina, and he's effective, then you can sign him to a longer-term contract. So to me, while it may sound like a lot, $13 million, I think it's a good move for the Colts because they needed a receiver. Now, Funchess, the type of receiver he is, I didn't really necessarily think that they really needed that type of receiver. Like, I would have preferred maybe a slot type of receiver like Golden Tate, but I could see why they went with a bigger guy because they have T.Y. Hilton. They don't really have a bigger guy on the outside. So we'll see if they add another guy, but I think Funchess was an okay add overall. He had a really great season last year, and he kind of fell off this year at the end of the year after not playing a ton. So Dylan, what do you think about this signing? Because I know there's kind of mixed feelings with the amount of money he was given.
Mm-hmm. What do they make? They made money. They made bank. That's what Devin Funchess has been making. 50s, 100s, whatever it is. He makes a whole lot of money, all right? 13 mil. Quite a stretch, okay? I'm going to say that, quite a stretch. But the saving grace that is only for 365 days. It is not for 2, 3, 4 years. If you're paying 4 years for $13 million, I would have absolutely gone off on this. But that's not the contract at hand. The Colts needed, I think, a number 2 guy. Of course, T.Y. Hilton is great, and Amon is okay. I like what he did last year. He wasn't bad. He's still going to probably be number 3. And Eric Ebron, fantastic tight end last year. I wouldn't say that earlier in his career, but he stepped up to be probably the number 3 or number 4 tight end in the game last year, probably number 4. So overall, really good stuff from him. But you needed that number 2 guy, and I think Funchess, if he can provide the 2017 numbers, I'm all for this. Okay, because he put up good numbers: 63 catches, 840 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Pretty solid stuff. 2018, I'll say it's a little worse. You know, a little worse deal if that's the case. Because remember in 2017, a lot of Carolina receivers were injured. We were trying to figure out these guys' names, for God's sake. Funchess stepped up to be the number 1 guy. Last year, they were starting off really hot. They had a whole bunch of talent that were there. Then over the course of the second half of the season, everything fell apart, and I think everybody's numbers fell apart as well, including Funchess. So we'll see how it goes. Again, a pretty short contract, which I always like those kind of contracts. If you're going to give a little bit more money, more lenient on those 1-year, 2-year deals. And if he puts up the numbers of 2017, it's definitely worth it, or at least like 3/4, not 3/4, but 80 to 85% of those stats from 2017. I think this would be a good signing.
The one thing I want to point out with Funchess negatively is his catch percentage. Like in that 2017 season, he did have 840 yards, 8 touchdowns, 63 catches. He had 111 targets.
Yeah,
he was heavily peppered with the ball. And looking at his catch percentage, he's not a very efficient receiver when the ball is thrown his way. Like 49% his rookie year, 39% his second year, where everyone was down on everyone, thought he sucked until 2017 when he had that season. Then it went up to 56 and then 55 last year. So that's not great. That's just a little bit over like 1 out of 2 times he'll catch the actual ball. So we'll see if he's more efficient in this Eagles type of offense. Maybe they try and use him in the same way. Reich tries to use him in the same way that he used Jeffrey in Philadelphia. Just throw him some deeper balls, throw him some jump balls. We'll see if Luck can be effective with them and they can gain some chemistry. This was the Colts making a move, knowing they had a lot of salary cap, getting a position that they desperately needed, and getting a number 2 behind T.Y. Hilton. We'll see if it works out for them. Wide receiver additions in the past few years haven't really worked out for them, but we'll see if this one does. Let us know in the comment section below if you think this was a great move, a bad move, an okay move. Let us know. Gronk, spike the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next video. Peace.